6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This way. Hey, where will you be next year?
Taiwan.
New Year's Eve.
Taiwan.
That's awesome.
The footage you just saw was from this morning and last night. It was when the clock ticked down to the beginning of this year, 2020. 2019 was phenomenal. It started in Christmas break while I was at Ozark, and it's really weird to think that only 4 months out of my year was actually spent in college. Only a third of my year was spent at Ozark, but it feels like most of my year was. After I was at Ozark until about May, I was here shingling. Then I went to Louisville, Kentucky for 1 month in October for training, and then I came back and started working at a gas station. Now I'm working at Jimmy John's. I started like 3 days ago, and so now I'm working 2 jobs. 2019 was probably the most formative year of my life. The first half of the semester at Ozark, which was in 2018, was phenomenal, but the second half was really when I started thinking critically completely, and I started thinking about my future, and I started thinking about what I will be doing and what I should be doing. And that's what got me on the track of missions. And ever since then, it's just been kind of working with this idea of faith in my mind. I don't see a lot of immediate reward for a lot of the work I'm doing here, but I do have faith that it will pay off, but it's hard. 2019, especially the last half, was quite lonely at times just because I didn't have a lot of people to talk to that I felt like I could relate to, that could relate to me and understand me. But at the same time, I knew that what I was doing was worthwhile. So I feel like 2019 was the year, the most definitive year regarding my future, regarding what I will be doing. If the things that happened in 2019 didn't happen, then I'd probably still be in college, still doing my thing, which isn't bad, but I'm glad I'm on the track I am now. The new year is also really sad to me because I do miss some things that I had in 2019. I miss being in the dorms. I miss being with my buddies and just staying up late every night and playing Minecraft and running around and yelling. And I'm gonna miss nights at the Goral house, which is a house that I spend a lot of time with. And that's actually where I was when I recorded the New Year stuff. I'm gonna miss the times there with my friends like Logan and Felipe and Tara and whatnot. I'm gonna miss nights here at my family's house, which it can get long and tiring spending so much time with my family, especially over the holidays. I have this gut feeling like I wanna go do something, but sometimes I'm here. But I still don't wanna take that for granted. I'm happy to be with my family, and I'm gonna miss my little sister, and I'm gonna miss my older sister and her baby, and her brother-in-law, or my brother-in-law, her husband. And I'm gonna miss my parents. I will. I'm gonna miss late nights longboarding, or going to an abandoned place and looking around, or just all these fun stories, these carefree things. I'm in CSF and all of these like oohs and ahs. I'm gonna miss them. So sometimes when I'm driving around at night, it's really sad and really hard for me to think that another year is gone, another year of this life that I enjoyed. I have things in that year that I'll never experience again here, and that's heavy on me. But there are some really good things too. I feel like the past couple months have been really important for me. I haven't uploaded in YouTube since early November, like late October. And so it's been 2 months. And in those 2 months, I think I've learned some really important things. Like, the biggest thing is understanding how important structure is. I'm beginning to realize that structure is a good thing. Sometimes I thought of it as an enemy because life can often be very impromptu and ebb and flow, and the Holy Spirit can prompt you to do things that you never expected to do. So sometimes I think structure can get in the way. But I'm starting to realize that it's actually really important too. Like, we have objectives, and to achieve those objectives, we have tangible steps to achieve to get there. And everything I've ever done in life has pretty much been just given to me. High school, it was pretty easy. I mean, I live with my family, they provide for me, I go to school, I do some homework, do well on tests, and get through. College, even in college, even though it was rough my first year, I knew that what I would be doing for the next 3 years. And I think that's part of the way why I stepped away from it too, is because it was so comfortable and so fluffy. I knew what I was going to be doing, and it was all just kind of in front of me, even if I didn't perform that great. But at this point, I'm at a critical phase where now In order to achieve what's been put in front of me, it's kind of based on my own ambition, on my own work, on my own work ethic. Like, it's not set in place because of another person's schedule. It's my schedule, and it's just different. So in the middle of that, I'm also learning grace for myself. Like, when I don't do well or I don't do something someday, I can look at myself and be like, I'm 19 and I'm trying to figure this out, and it's okay if I miss it because I'm changing, and I can tell that I'm starting to make more lists, I'm starting to get more done, be more productive, and I'm starting to understand myself and have grace on myself more when I don't achieve things, which is really good because I've always been so hard on myself. So that is where I'm starting in 2020. I think 2020 will be one of the most important years of my entire life. My goal for 2020 is to set up my future, like set the foundation for my future. This is the first time I'll be going on my behalf with an organization, of course, to do missions with other people supporting me. This is the first year I'll be going and living alone in a place that I'm not familiar with. This is the first year that I'll be quite responsible for my own finances. This is the first year that hopefully I can really be consistent with YouTube and do new things that might get me exposure and might allow people to see what I'm doing. This is the first year for a lot of things, and what I was just talking about is so important because I'm going to start the year off being incredibly productive. That's my goal. I've been productive, but now's the time. Now it's go time. I'm almost ready to send out my prayer letters. It's very close. I'm almost done with my budget. It's almost formed, so I'm so close to the point where I can start raising funds. So this month is kind of go time for me, first of all, regarding missions. Second of all, I want to be consistent with YouTube. I really actually want to upload my old videos. I've talked about it in many videos before that I'm going to do it, but I haven't yet. And now it's getting to the point where my life is getting new, and so I want to put the pretext of my life now so I can be uploading now with that pretext in place, if that makes sense. There's just so much I want to achieve this year. There's so much that I know is in store for me. The Holy Spirit really taking a hold and guiding my life is definitely true, and that's number one still. And time spent with God will always be the engine that will continue my life forward. But within that, there's also the structure that I can provide it within my own life because of the perhaps wisdom or knowledge or intellect or whatever you want to name it that I've been given. There are ways to achieve those things with the understanding that God is the one providing for those things, if that makes sense. And so I wanted to make this video today on New Year's Day because this is a good staple in my life. This is a changing time where good habits are going to continue and new habits are going to be formed as I grow in maturity and understanding of what life means. Life has been so heavy recently with the thoughts of how temporary it is, and I'm really understanding that there's so much that can be achieved in this temporary time, and it's all worthwhile even if it's hard. I get angry at how dark and difficult things are all the time, but that's why we have faith, because we know there's hope. And hope is a driving factor. So 2020 will be so good, so formative, a new year, a year of potential, a year of change, a year of new things, a year of adventure, a year of fun, a year of joy, a year of sorrow, a year of hardship. But I know it'll be a good one. And in 1 year, who knows, maybe, in 1 year I'll be in Taiwan. I'll actually be there. So when the new year hits, I'll be able to make a video there. And right now I'm in my mom's like prayer yoga studio thing / office. Downstairs, my family is watching It's a Wonderful Life, which we watch every single year. I'm not watching it with them because I made sure that today I would make this video. And so I'm doing it now. 1 year ago, I never ever thought that I was going to be out of college, sitting here, talking about going to Taiwan of all places. Life is too crazy. Man, it feels good to talk to you guys again. I'm not gonna lie. 2019 was awesome. One of the better years of my life. Also one of the hardest years of my life. And 2020 will probably be the same, just like times 10. It'll probably be one of the best years I've ever had, but also one of the hardest. And I can't wait to take you guys along with me. And I can't wait to show you all the adventures I have from now on. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next adventure.